You made it to Talk Troopers, episode 18. Feel free to stop over at talktroopers.com, leave us a message, or check out some of our other videos, or head over to anchor.fm and look up Talk Troopers to see our podcast. We're also on Spotify, Google Cast, all that good stuff. I don't think too many episodes have been removed yet. We did lose episode 14 on YouTube, but we'll reload that up to Rumble and get that relinked on our website. Other than that, enjoy. There we go. That was about an hour.
Cool.
Yeah, it's that last episode. I think we skipped a rock on some political things, but didn't actually talk about politics. That's pretty good. And I feel
it was better without it.
I think so too. So to anyone listening, that politics stuff was just because it was hot at the moment.
Yeah, we were working through some things, so.
Yeah. God, it sucks. Yeah, which is funny because...
oh, go ahead. Because my mom and sister are going through The Shield right now. And I remember when I had to binge the first two to catch up to season 3.
Oh, that's right.
Because season 3 was just starting, and we were going to start the viewing parties, and I had to rush through the first two, and I binged the first season like a day, 2 days.
I remember that.
Second season right away.
Because Tim and I would give you such crap about... I think Nickerson was even watching him at the time, and we were all giving you crap about, like, how can you not watch this? I think we even warned you, if you did start watching it, be prepared to keep watching it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Got hooked.
That show was written so well, too. I mean, it was so nasty, and there was no last-second saves. I mean, you knew, like, Lem or whatever his name was, one of the best characters, too. Well, at this point, if someone hasn't seen... Actually, you know what? If anyone hasn't seen it, go watch The Shield. I'm not going to spoil that part. But there's other areas where if someone was in trouble, they weren't getting out of it. I mean...
Yeah,
it was realistic. There was no last-minute saves.
The last episode, people, just prepare yourselves because
Oh my God! Yeah. So if anyone's listening, if you like the show The Unicorn, or you'd like
Justified,
or even the villain from Ant-Man, what's his name?
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. That's right. Because it's such a non-threatening name. And he's just a badass. But he's not the only one. You got, Chiklis, who played the Thing in Fantastic Four. He's also done NYPD Blue. Did he do? He did some other copy. The Commish, that's what it was.
NYPD Blue.
I don't know.
Never got that.
Yeah.
That dark.
He's just a badass. And then you got Anthony
Anderson.
It's funny seeing him on Blackish because he's so funny and stuff. And some of those episodes piss me off just because I think they go too far with their message. Other times they just let it go and it's just hilarious. And so I overall like that show, but it took me a while to get used to seeing Anthony Anderson. Did I say his name right? Anthony Anderson?
Yes.
Anthony Anderson as anything other than the evilest person on the face of the earth. He did such a good job being evil.
Oh, yeah.
That in my mind actually stereotyped him a little bit. Now it's funny seeing him do comedy and think back about that because he did comedy before he did that show. Like when he did that show, I'm like, really? This is the guy you picked? Oh my God, did he nail it?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And then who else was there? Forrest Whitaker. I'm going to probably burn for this next comment. I never was a big Forrest Whitaker fan. He proved me wrong on The Shield. He was amazing. And also, other than Fatal Attraction, which I thought was an okay movie, Glenn Close nailed it. My God, she was good.
Well, Shield was one of those shows where everybody brought their A game.
Everybody. It almost makes you wonder about the writing. Well, the writing was amazing. It's some of the best writing I've ever seen in my life. The directing is amazing. And then the top, all the actors and actresses that were in there. Holy shit. So good. I
like Forrest Whitaker always, and I felt so bad for him in Rogue One.
That's right. You didn't like Rogue One.
I mean, you got to do all that, and you got to be the crazy desert guy. You're Forrest Whitaker, for God's sake.
Yeah, but you know what? I got a feeling he likes that kind of stuff. That kind of.
If he does, good. It's just you look at him, you're like, come on.
He reprises the role too. I'm pretty sure he's the one doing the voice in Rebels. So it's not just Rogue One. He has a storyline in Rebels also. And he's kind of an asshole. That character's a big asshole in it,
Well, I'm
which is good.
good for him.
God, that's a good. Anyone who hasn't seen The Shield, that is. How many years was that on?
7.
Was it 7?
7 seasons, yeah.
It doesn't feel that long. I still remember going to your house to watch the last episode. Because at first we watched it at my house, and then...
You lost cable.
Yeah, I don't even know why I got rid of it. Well, probably save money. And then started watching it at your house. Oh, that's right, because I got an antenna, and I was getting like 68 freaking channels, and my kids didn't know any better. And I'm like, you know what, I ain't paying for this crap anymore. And that was back when I was learning how to hook computers up to TVs, so I was streaming everything also.
That show put FX on the map.
Yeah, it did. It literally did. Because they were doing that movie night thing, which would have been better if it wasn't edited. But they had the guy and the girl who would like comment and do behind the scenes things right before the commercial and stuff. And that wasn't bad. It was just they really edited the living piss out of those movies. I would have rather it been a 3-hour show or movie, and they didn't edit it so badly. But because they did so much behind the scenes stuff and everything, and with the commercials, they had to chop so much out. Well, that, and they were editing it for family friendly too, where it was late enough at night where they could have left it on FX movies. Was that what it was? It was something like that though. But they did it. I like that channel.
I watch FXX because they have Always Sunny and Simpsons on.
Oh, that's right. They came out with another one too. Do they still have The Simpsons on? Now that
all the time.
Okay, because I know Simpsons is on Disney Plus now too.
I think Disney owns FXX, so why move it?
Oh, that's true. They own Fox. Yeah, Jesus, that's right. Yeah. Well, we'll see how long it takes to tank that. It'll probably take a while, but...
Oh, it's already tanked.
Is it? I actually don't watch TV much anymore. I'll put it on, but...
But just the fact that Disney owns it now means it's tanked.
Well, that's... Yeah. Yeah, they put way too much... They put all that money into acquiring stuff.
They want to do 10 more Pirates of the Caribbean things. You got to be kidding me.
I haven't even watched the last 3.
You're insane. Because that's what all it is. That's what streaming is now. You got to pack all the content on there as fast as you can. And it has to be recognizable, because if it's not recognizable, they're going to reject it.
See, and that's what I like about...
Anything new is too scary. We can't watch that. No, we're not going to do that. It has to be recognizable.
I do like their move, though, with like The Mandalorian and WandaVision right now. It's... Well, the first Friday they released it, they did 2 episodes, and then last Friday 1 episode. But and we've talked about this before, but I still stand by, I like the fact that they released 1 every week, like a regular TV sitcom. They don't let you binge it.
That's a good, I like that too, because I like the anticipation.
Yes.
But you know I'm truly done with Marvel when I look at that WandaVision. I'm like, I have 0 interest in that.
Oh, I know I say this about I enjoy too much stuff, I admit that, but it's surprising me so far. I'm interested.
I just have no interest.
If something doesn't happen in this next episode, which is technically, it's the 3rd week, but it's technically the 4th episode. If something doesn't happen, though, they're going to lose me. It's dragging. The last episode was very, very interesting. Nothing against it. Nothing against how it was done. But I don't want to see them do it for a 4th episode. It'll be too much. They need to move forward.
Well, it started, in the 50s, and then it's going to go to the 60s, 70s, 80s sitcoms.
I think it's it ended in the 70s on the last one. Yeah, it's interesting.
So they got 80s and 90s to do yet.
Yeah, but they need to break that wall a little bit more. It's hard to explain. It's just, I feel like the first few episodes were kind of... This last episode, some things got mixed up, which is good. In the very first episode, there was stuff that I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Like, it was kind of creepy even, like, but in a good way. But other than that, I think I could have I'm not saying I could have wrote it better, but I could have wrote the same 3 episodes as 1 episode. I could have took the 90 minutes and made it 45 minutes, and you would have got the same point, I think. And one of the things I think is a problem, it's great for new rock stars, which I enjoy their YouTube channel. I'm not ripping on new rock stars. Not this week, at least. They haven't posted any spoilers lately that pissed me off. But I think they're just packing so many freaking Easter eggs in the background that's what they're wasting a lot of time on.
Oh, stuff that connects to the MCU?
Yeah, like little like new rock stars, they'll go in with a fine-tooth comb over every frame and go, oh, we saw this and we translated this. And I'll admit, I enjoy watching those shows, but it's gotten to a point now where there's so much of it that even new rock stars, I'll turn it on because I just so muscle memory used to doing it. And I'm like, I don't care. And I turn it back off.
That salt shaker actually became the metal piece that went on Tony Stark's right inner toe.
Yeah, that kind of crap. Yeah. Yeah. It's, with WandaVision, they haven't, like, they got like 3 episodes of New Rockstars over 1 episode of WandaVision. And I watched one of them.
You're going too deep. If you can do that, you're going too deep.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God. But the 1 episode was good. Then the other 2 are really just kind of repeats of the other one with a few extra things. I'm like, I think what happened is they needed to get it out there before everybody else. And even though it seems like the one guy doing it, they got a team combing over that crap. So they just wanted to beat everyone to the punch. So I'm guessing the other 2 are like, oh, we found more shit. We got to send it out now.
Well, I don't know. Unlike Mandalorian, I haven't heard anything about WandaVision. So is it not as popular?
It's funny you say that because I didn't watch it the first week. I just didn't have time. And I'm so worried about spoilers. And yeah, there was no spoilers. I was really shocked. We're Mandalorian. It would be 2 minutes later. Here's how you know it's actually probably pretty good. It's getting bad reviews from the people who shouldn't be watching TV because they're never happy.
Well, I like Wanda. It doesn't interest me. I don't know.
And this might not either. It's not bad. It's just not, I don't know. It's not bad.
Okay.
Put it this way, it's for a half an hour show, it's pretty good. If this was a movie, it would not be a good movie. But for a show, it's good. It's really good. I mean, the quality, it's funny because everything's like a Brady Bunch set, so they're probably saving a fortune doing that. But I mean, there's a lot of special effects enough, like CGI and stuff, where they do it really, really well. So, I mean, it's pretty good, but it is getting to a point where I get it. They're going through the time and all that stuff, but me personally, I need them to move on. I need this slow burn crap doesn't work for me as much in a TV show. It's kind of like soaps. It's, you could watch 1 episode of Days of Our Lives, come back the year later and watch the next episode and find out what should have happened the next week. I think that's why Dallas was so huge. You found crap out really quickly in Dallas, except for who shot JR. That took forever.
Well, that was a stunt, so.
Yeah. Yeah. You always got, I mean, I don't mind having like that one. In fact, you got to have that one like stunt that is the season. But every episode, I want to see something more than just a little bit of the sticker pulled away. And that's what WandaVision is doing. That's where Supernatural is kind of cool. They'd rip the whole sticker off. There'd still be a bigger picture, but they'd rip that whole thing off, and they keep moving. I think that's why the 15th season maybe wasn't as, except for that ending. Jesus Christ, still one of the best endings right up there, Shield. But they did a little bit more of that, little bit of rip here, there, and I'm just like, no, you guys got to move on. You're going away from why you made it 15 years, but still good. Supernatural, I just give them credit just overall too for just. I mean, that's pretty impressive, 15 seasons.
It is very.
Yeah, it's...
So, speaking of that kind of thing, is WandaVision 1 season?
I don't know. I almost wonder if it is, because they got to do their tie-ins to Doctor Strange. They'll probably do their Loki tie-ins. Loki's going to have one.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yep, that's going to be... I don't know if they need to tie into that at all.
Well, that's gonna be modern day, so.
Yeah. Well, but Wanda's not back in time. She's just her powers are.
Yeah.
Making. Well, that's what I'm assuming is her powers are making the environment. I shouldn't say that's for sure what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is though, because she does control a few things that you're like, oh, she's a little psychotic.
That's also one of those shows that better stick the landing.
Yeah, I'm a little worried right now. They're doing a flip in the air right now, and it's looking a little unstable. I mean, the dismount was impressive as hell, But the landing it's out there still. We don't know how this is going to come out.
That's if I was planning on seeing Doctor Strange, I'd be concerned because all that's going to be is weirdness. And hey, guess what? Everything's possible.
Yeah, for me,
So that's why we can have 4 Iron Mans and 10 Captain Americas because they're all multiverse. Yay! Ugh.
yeah, I mean, I don't like the multiverse thing. It bothers
I
me.
don't either. DC is going to do that too, and I'm like,
DC's
once in a
done.
while, maybe, but
Well, DC's done it before, like with that one cartoon. Well, there was a cartoon comic of it also, but where they were trying to blow up. Owlman's trying to blow up Earth Zero because he knows it'll chain reaction and everything.
oh yeah.
That was actually a fairly decent animated. Well, DC's always, other than that Harley Quinn one we both ate, DC's always done a good job on animation.
Oh, I didn't like Hush either.
What's that?
I didn't like the Hush one either.
That's right, you did say that. I didn't hate it, but I didn't read the comic either.
It was a bastardization, just weak.
It was very. I felt Hush was very rushed, like they were
Oh, yeah,
just
you could
pushing
tell, you
everything
could
in you. I am looking forward to the Dark Knight 4 though. Frank Miller. I don't know if he's writing it. I think he's writing it.
I think he's like a figurehead now. They just slap his name on there.
Probably, yeah. I really liked the third one though. That one got.
Master Race.
Did you see the third one?
I read the book.
Or read it, not see it. Yeah, read it. I don't think they ever did a animated on it. If they did, I'd watch it because the 2 animateds they did for 1 and 2 were spot frickin' on. They did not vary at all from the comic book, which was great.
And then Hush, they changed everything.
They what was the other one they did too? Flashpoint was very different also.
Yeah, now in the comic book, not that they're going to last much longer, but now they've made everything in the DC comic universe. Everything happened.
Oh, they're saying everything in the because like the Wonder Woman thing you're talking about, or where she.
Well, no, like in comic books, sometimes the New 52, well, this is different, or that's a new Earth or whatever. Now all that stuff's canon. Everything they've ever written is canon.
Oh, because they're writing them all off as a different multiverse. It's a different Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, shit like that. Yeah, I don't like that. It if you want to use time, like even Marvel, if you want to use time travel to fix something, I'm not a big fan of it, but okay, fine. But don't say that it creates another world because
Which is exactly what Doctor Strange's new movie's going to do.
that was actually my big problem with Endgame. I didn't hate Endgame, but I hated that part.
Oh, Endgame where the Loki kind of broke the
Well, Loki
timeline.
did. Rogers didn't come back, so technically that's another timeline.
True.
I mean, and to be honest with you, how did he put back the dark ether? Did he take a needle and shove it at Portman's ass and pull the plunger? Oh, I guess
Well,
push the
that one
plunger.
they said in the Soul Stone is like, how do you give that one back?
Yeah, I mean, walk
Does
up
that mean
up
that-
the Red Skull and go, here you go.
Is like, does that mean that Nat is alive again or Gamora?
Yeah, I mean, well, I suppose though if you give it, you don't get it till you sacrifice. So if you give it back right when you got it, then they're still dead.
Yeah, but did he take it back before she sacrificed or after?
I think it has to be right when you get it. Otherwise, you just created another timeline.
Oh, see, there we go. Now we got a third one coming out of there.
But then there's the fucked up thing too. By having someone different bring it back, it's another timeline. You almost have to have the person not accept it. So there's no way of not creating another timeline.
This is what happens when you fuck with time travel.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, and the funny thing is Doc Brown does talk about that where he draws the line. There's a straight line, then he draws a line where it dips down, making it kind of look like a multiverse. But in Back to the Future, I never took it as they did a multiverse. It did actually change time. And that time travel I'm okay with. Because at the end of the day, everybody who disappeared 5 years later when they brought him back in a different multiverse. The multiverse they originally were in before they fractured it and went to another one still has everybody gone.
Oh, an Endgame?
Yeah. And I don't like that. You open way too much up and then writers get, they call it sloppy writing, lazy writing.
I think that's what Marvel's going for. We're just going to open it all up and you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Which is it's sloppy and lazy.
I'm good with the what ifs, like where it's not canon, but they're like, what if this happened?
Yeah.
I think those are kind of neat, actually. It's another way of you actually have to be kind of creative in your writing to say, hey, this is what would have happened. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like the multiverse thing. I just ugh.
See, it's just cheap because all it does is give you an excuse to change everything and be like, well, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with it if they just like DC for example, if they would just be like, hey, we're just starting over. Screw all your other timelines. We're just starting over. I'd be like, all right, cool. Finish up whatever projects you were on. End
Well,
those.
and now they want to do a thing where they have three Batmans at the same time in the movies.
That doesn't even, yeah, that doesn't even make sense to me. How can you have three different Bruce Waynes? They all should be the same Bruce Wayne.
Because you want
Unless you're doing the time thing. I can see where with the travel time's different. You're saying Michael Keaton
no,
is Batman at
it's
that
gonna
point.
be the Tim Burton universe, the DCEU, and then whatever Robert Pattinson's doing are gonna be like the three multiverse lines.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and it's stupid.
Because you're saying, I mean, all right, I guess considering like a billion semen are in each happy load, one hit over the other, but you're telling me that those three that happen to meet up all became the Batman? Each one would be so different that the odds of that are just not, they're far enough out there where I don't like that stuff.
If you're gonna do three of them, one of them would not be Batman. It would just be Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Well,
dealt with his parents' death and became a guy.
yeah. I mean, if they were all supposed to be the same person, maybe at different ages, I can get around the age thing because depending how the multiverses are, one could be older than the other. I could see that happening. That I could wrap
But
my head around.
if
But
you're gonna do that where Pattinson's playing Affleck's Batman younger,
yeah, that I'm okay with.
yeah.
I still don't like it, but I'm okay with it. But if he's a completely different DNA person, there I have a problem.
Well, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be three different. Well, people can figure it out, or people are just gonna be like, "Screw you! I'm not watching any of it."
I hate to say it, I'm a bigger DC fan than I am a Marvel fan, and I think the animated's what kept me going that route. Well, I'm a big Batman fan. I mean, I love Iron Man my whole life, but who doesn't like Superman, or who didn't at least at some point in their life want Superman, whether you're a little
Yeah.
kid or not. But Batman, he's cool as crap. Hell, I even liked Robin. I like Nightwing. That was an older thing. When I got older, I found out who Nightwing was and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I've always liked DC. Wonder Woman, loved it. I remember watching Linda Carter's Wonder Woman on TV. That was awesome seeing in real life. I just always liked DC better. Um, that's not to say I don't like Marvel. I mean, I like Marvel, but
Yeah.
but right now, I gotta admit, some of these movies are not sounding like movie theater movies for me.
DC made a mistake when they knee-jerk reaction Snyder's stuff out of the picture.
Oh, with Justice League?
They should have just stayed the course.
I really would like to see the Snyder Cut. Even if it's not good, I'd like to
Oh,
see it.
I can't wait for it.
I'm thinking it's going to be fantastic. But even if it's not, I want to see it just to see what did we miss.
It's going to suck because it's going to be one of these awesome epic things, and you're like, well, that would have been great to see continue on.
God. It's going to... How far? Because they're doing
I've always been-
reshoots,
I've
aren't
always-
they?
Well, I think he's done with all that.
Okay.
He's just editing it all together now. It's a 4-hour thing.
I would be fine if they finished it and they went, this is the actual canon. We're retconning the other one. And it's good. Because to be honest with
Yeah,
you,
but then people are going to be like, we want to see how this goes.
I actually, when Affleck... So I don't know what's going on with Affleck. One second you hear that he's pulling himself as Batman. Next one you hear he's doing reshoots for Snyder. Next one you hear he's actually filming for another role, but it's a cameo thing as Batman. And so I don't know what's going on. But I liked Affleck as Batman.
He was a great Batman and a good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. I mean, an older one, especially when he says that scene where he's talking to Alfred. He's like, I'm actually older than my parents were when they died. I thought that was... Like, Affleck just, small little line, but he delivered it so well.
I loved Batman vs Superman. I've always been a big fan.
Yeah. Actually, I liked it too. I think you and I might be one of the few on that, but...
It took a different approach to this stuff. Like, we've never seen a Batman that had been broken down and, like, think his mission has failed and became that thing that he was always fighting against.
Oh, it was fantastic. I don't like it when they're super overpowered. It was,
Another thing, we saw Superman who wasn't, yes, he wasn't the Boy Scout. Well, he had to become that eventually, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he shouldn't have killed Zod. Why not? Zod gave him absolutely no choice. That no kill thing had to start somewhere.
well, and the funny thing is it depends on which version. If you watch the Richard Donner version, he doesn't kill Zod. If you watch the non-Richard Donner version, it's safe to assume he killed Zod.
He murdered Zod and then smiled about it.
Yeah, yeah, and I was okay with it.
And Zod had his powers taken away, so he was just like a regular guy.
Yeah, and even as a kid, I never batted an eye. I'm like, oh, Superman won, cool. He
These
went,
people are like, oh, Richard Donner. He murdered a guy in cold blood and then smiled about it.
well, Superman goes back. Well, he loses his powers, becomes Clark Kent, goes back, gets his powers, and then goes back to that truck stop in the middle of nowhere to seek revenge on the guy who made him look like an ass in front of Lois Lane when he didn't have his powers. That's the kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
that's the Superman I want. I want the one who's more human than just OP. It because I
Well, see,
would
people look on that stuff with rose-colored glasses because they were kids.
see, and as a kid, I looked at it and went, "That's fantastic."
I don't want Superman saving a kitten in a tree. It's overkill.
Yeah, in fact, which it might have been that same episode actually, or episode that might have been that same movie too, where he did save a kitten out of the tree.
Get a ladder. I mean, you don't need Superman for that.
Yeah, shake the tree. It'll land on its feet.
It's like, come on. You still have a fire department and police for something, right?
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it was the early '80s. It was cheesy. They had to fit things in to show his powers and his goodwill. But I really, as much as, so like the Richard Pryor one, I obviously even as a kid it was my least favorite one. But the whole junkyard fight scene between evil Superman and Clark Kent, that was like just him in the bar drinking the booze and flicking the peanuts at the bottle, smashing them, and then heating up the mirror till it broke in the bar. That shit was awesome.
You know, they look at these Golden Age. Batman and Superman murdered people flippantly throughout the Golden Age.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially Batman. Well, Batman started with guns. In fact, Thomas Wayne was the original Batman, in my opinion.
He used guns. He broke people's necks. He let people fall into vats of chemicals. Batman was an asshole in the Golden Age.
Yeah.
Superman was too.
Yeah, it's, I mean...
So this whole thing where they have to be perfect chase is just foolish.
I mean, like Adam West's Batman, I was okay with that. They took a different...
Oh, God.
Oh, they took a different approach on it, and they stuck with it. The thing is, when they don't stick with it is what I have a problem with it, where they're all wishy-washy, like, this time he's this, the another time he's that. Yeah, Adam West, he was the same. Keep in mind, obviously, even as a kid, I watched it in syndication. But I mean, once again, that was live action. I didn't have anything else as a kid. Wonder Woman. I still remember Spider-Man. I don't know if it was syndication or not at that time. There was only one season of it. I only saw a couple episodes, and I think I saw the same episode like multiple times. In fact, maybe that's the only episode I ever saw. But I was so young when I saw it. But I remember that stuff was amazing. My art smock I had, that was my cape. Surprised I never got it caught on anything and choked myself to death. I don't know. I like that stuff. I like the old Batman shows and stuff. I think if I watched it today, it would have been different if I was a kid. The problem is everything's at your fingertips now. You can go watch whatever you want. Back then, when it was on, you sat your ass down and you watched it. I still remember seeing New Hope on TV and just being like, this is freaking amazing. In fact, anytime I remember being at one of my relatives' house. I don't even know what relative it was. My mom went there and I went when I was a little kid living in Milwaukee before I moved out of Milwaukee as a kid. And all of a sudden there's the stars and I just plopped my ass down in front of the TV and it turned out not to be Star Wars and I was so pissed. I'm like, come on. It was still some sci-fi movie and I remember I didn't dislike it. I was just let down that it wasn't Star Wars. God, that was good times. God. Yeah, it was good then. Now it's just like, now you sit and we try to think of a movie we're going to watch or something. And so I have the Google TV app on my phone now, and I made wish lists because I get so sick of every time we're going to watch a movie, like, what are we going to watch? And nobody knows what to decide because there's too many options. So finally what I do now is I just like, all right, pick a movie. If no one picks anything, I start going through my wish list, and I just pick the first one I want to see that doesn't have a price on it. So like the other day, I watched The Gentleman, and I loved it.
That was an awesome movie.
That was great. And then we watched right after that 1917. And
Yep, another good one.
that was and I don't actually usually like war movies. You know, the funny thing is I say that and I always end up enjoying them. 1917, that was a jerker. Wow, that was a good movie.
There was a huge surprise halfway through, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh my God. That's new enough where I won't say any more than that. But
Yeah, no, it's only a year old.
even the gentleman with how it started. Well, right away in the beginning, I'm like, all right, what we just saw is not really what happened.
Yeah, you're looking for the twist.
Yeah, and that was good. Oh my God. Hugh Grant. Angie didn't even realize that was Hugh Grant. He did an amazing job. He was perfect.
Well, they all did. It was so well done and well played.
Yeah, yeah. I liked how George was King George from Arthur. I'm like, they didn't even change his name. That's awesome. That was good. McConaughey too. I mean, I like McConaughey. I think in real life he's probably a good guy. I think he would drive me nuts though, hanging out with him too long because he's a little too, the light is green. But I love it when he's in stuff. He did a great job, especially with that part where he's like, oh, I can handle it if you did this, but you did this and nobody does this. And I'm saying it that way intentionally because I feel the gentleman's new enough too where
Oh yeah,
maybe people haven't seen that yet either. That's only like a year old. I think it was
that was
2019.
no, that was last January, 2020.
Is that all it was? Oh God, it was so good. I want to see another one I want to see too, and we didn't watch it. And I feel a little dirty wanting to see it after hearing all this crazy crap about Army Hammers, though. But I want to see The Man from U.N.C.L.E. too.
That is a fantastic movie. I like that one a lot too.
Is it? Cavill cannot do bad in my eyes right now. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Cavill in it that I hated. I know a lot of people didn't like Count of Monte Cristo. Of course, Cavill's a little kid in it, but
Yeah, it doesn't really count. I mean,
but I liked it. It's damn, I get behind on writing down my notes. Yeah, that's my favorite thing doing is making because Google now has it used to be called Google TV and Play or something, or maybe the app's still there, but if you open it, it asks you, like you can just download Google TV and all it is you type in all your providers. Like if you have Hulu, Tubi, well, Tubi's free, so everyone should have that. Amazon, you just type in all the things you have, all the apps you're using. And what it does is it brings in them all into one spot. And then it'll tell you all the options you have. So like you want to watch The Gentleman, it'll say, well, you have 3 options to watch this. And since I have HBO, it'll say HBO free, Google $2.99 to rent or something or whatever. And if it's free, it'll always show you free. It won't show a price. If there is a price, it'll always say the price. So I have movies on there that you can't stream anywhere right now. But because I found it, I'm like, oh yeah, I put it on my watch list. That way if I go through, maybe someday it'll be available on there or something. And I love that now because there's so many damn options. I don't know where to go look. I don't care who's giving it to me. I just want to get it.
it's only going to get worse because now Paramount's got their own thing coming out.
Yeah, that's going to suck. Who is it? Somebody just bought WWE. Oh, Peacock did. Peacock NBC just bought, from what I heard, I don't know if it's true for sure or not, bought WWE, which is something we have. But Peacock, I heard, is like, if you don't care about ads, is like $4 a month, $10 a month if you don't want ads. And we're already paying $10 for WWE. So that merger is going to benefit us. And then Disney Plus, I actually got like 4 or 5 of them. Well, they all suck except for Disney Plus, but I got 4 or 5 of them for like $12 a month. And then I got HBO Max. It's to the point now, though, where my cable bill, well, I just got rid of satellite and I got Spectrum. So it dropped like by $50. It was insane how much I was paying for DirecTV. And I'm just like, I have the box in one freaking room. Where the other one, I don't have Spectrum's box at all. I have Chromecast on all the TVs, so I just cast it off my phone. But I do have all the movie channels. That's what cost me the money.
By the time you pay for all these separate streaming things, it's going to be twice what you'd pay for cable.
Well, I don't pay for like HBO. I mean, so I have it through cable. Like I have HBO through cable. So when I stream it, I'm using my cable account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have 2 options when you log in HBO Max. They'll be like, do you want to subscribe or do you want to link it to your television provider? So I link it. So I'm actually saving money because I have like a bundle for the movie packages. I shouldn't say I'm saving money. If you just had HBO Max, you'd be saving more money than me having all the channels. But like I have Showtime, Epic, Stars, all those damn things. So the package for it is cheaper than if I a la carted all of them streaming service wise. But I can still stream them because I just link it to my TV account.
I was gonna get HBO Max just for the Snyder Cut, but that's coming out on Blu-ray, so I don't need it.
Yeah, and I'm back on a Blu-ray kick. I was off physical media for a while just for the fact that I was like, damn it, I don't have any place to store this crap. It's so much easier just to stream it. But now I'm back on my kick of, you know what? I want to own it. The day they pull your license on it. Yeah, and this has been happening for a long time. It's been a couple decades probably, maybe not that long. Actually, it probably has been about 20 years since... I don't know if you remember this, but towards the end of E.T., they're walking down the street with shotguns in their hand, and they edited them out and put walkie-talkies in their hands.
Yep. Yeah, that wasn't 20 years ago. That was maybe
it's over
now.
No, over 10. I've been in Green Bay for over 10. And that happened I think that happened while I was in Milwaukee still.
Well, either way, yeah. I mean, they're doing it to everything now.
Yeah, it's funny how much I look back and I'm like, oh wait, this has been happening. This has been a slow burn of things just being introduced to us. I'll leave it at that. I won't get too political with it, but it's I'm not. Well, I guess I have been getting political with it, saying that I'm back in physical media. But it's like those games, car racing games. You know what? And I'll try them out. Who knows? Sometimes I do have fun if they have the right thing. You know, like I love Mario Kart. I love Pocket Racers from Burger King. If it's the right kind of game, I like it. So I'll try those out. But you know what? They're physical media. Unless you come in my house and take it, you cannot stop me from playing those games. There's no license.
Yeah. Well, just like movies. Like you can't edit Gone with the Wind on my DVD because I have it.
Yep. I mean, I have a lot of digital downloads on the Switch because I buy those 50-cent games. I haven't done that in a long time, but like I just throw $10 on the account, and then every once in a while I look, and I just buy a bunch of 50-cent games. If I lose those, yeah, it sucks. I'm not going to be happy about it, but...
That was 50 cents, not 60, $70.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Now, if I lost... what's that one I got for like 60 that... Everybody got it. It was really big. I played it for about 3 weeks, and I haven't touched it since. Something Pets, or Little Pets, Pet Island. What the hell?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Thank you. I was nowhere close. If they took that away from me, I'd be a little pissed because I'd be like, you know what? I paid for that. It's I am getting a little irritated when I put games in like Power Rangers from limited run games of all places too. You'd think if you got it from limited run games, it's one of the reasons I'm pissed about them. Their premise was putting games on cartridge so you owned it. Every time I put in a Battle for the Grid Power Rangers game, it has an update to do, which means I technically, even though I have the cartridge, I don't own that game anymore.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. But you know, it is what it is. It's a fantastic game. But yeah, I don't own it. That's the other thing, too. If I do make a game, I mean, obviously, I'd love to have it on cartridge. There's no way I'd pull that off at first. But if I do make a game and I'd put it out as free, and I think of something to update it, I will update it. Because, one, it's good just to keep the coding going in the head and stuff and figure out how to fix things. But I will continue to let that go. I will not... You can be the biggest a-hole in the world, and I will not take it away from you. I just don't. Well, I take that back. If someone's actually in my face throwing the fact that I just said this just now in my face, I'd be like, you know what? I'm a spiteful dick. I changed my mind. But you'd have to push me, and you'd basically have to dare me to do it. I mean, I'm not going to go out and see somebody made a comment that I don't agree with on some social media and go, oh, I'm canceling you. Screw that. You lost it. I believe in that First Amendment a little bit too much to be a dick like that.
First Amendment, how's it going?
Not in my house, it ain't. Unless you're one of my kids, it doesn't apply to kids.
Well, it's just adults.
Actually, I take it back. It does apply to kids, but consequences might not be what you expected. It's which is funny because I keep forgetting my son's 21 years old and has his own apartment and stuff. Especially when he's home all the time. But it's actually kind of weird when he's not here. And then Kendall, she doesn't ever leave her room.
Yeah, there's nothing outside right now anyway.
No, it's cold and miserable. Well, you guys got dumped on today, didn't you?
7 inches.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's
You're still, what, 10 underneath the average?
it. Has you know what? You're right. But look at you being all positive and shit. I gotta write
Oh, no,
that
there's
one
nothing
down.
positive. There's nothing positive about that. I was pissed off.
Yeah, we
I'm pissed off
gotta.
when we get a dusting. I'm upset.
That's all we got is dusting. Our snowblower still don't work. We got to bring it in. It's under warranty.
But if that isn't tempting fate,
Oh, I know. Well, I bought a electric snow shovel.
oh
It's
God, those are so stupid. They're worthless.
no, this thing works. Oh
Yeah, until
my
you get more,
God.
until you get more in the dusting, and then you're like, well,
That's what I thought too. Well, I did my research too, and I didn't get a battery one. I wish I did get a battery one because the cord's a bitch to work with, but I got a retracting cord that helps. This thing goes through the plow packed crap at the end of my driveway. It says it'll do up to 8 inches deep. I did at least 10 inches with that thing the other day. I mean, I worked it. I'm surprised I didn't blow a circuit breaker. So impressed. The only problem is you can't aim it for shit. It's either straightforward or kind of straightforward and left or actually kind of left and straightforward, kind of right and straightforward or just straightforward. And because it launches it so freaking far, it would suck for a sidewalk because you're just launching it onto your neighbor's crap then. Which sucks because this summer actually tomorrow I'm going to the city meeting they're going to put sidewalks in my neighborhood, and the meeting for it is for tomorrow, and I want to go see if anyone else is arguing it because I'm going to argue with them. Because nobody asked for these damn sidewalks.
that meeting is just for show. They've already decided to do it. Nothing you say will change it.
Oh, they did. They did. And guess who pays for those sidewalks? I do. So I get to pay money.
And you should be damn grateful for the opportunity.
Oh, I am. Let me tell you. Yeah, I get to pay to have more of my lawn taken away from me, and now I have to maintain it every winter. It was one of the things we liked about this house when we moved out of Milwaukee, was not having to maintain the sidewalks. And my neighbor, he almost died last summer from a heart attack. He's older. He's retired. So, I mean, I'm not going to, if I see him outside, I'm not going to let him do his sidewalk. I'm going to go do it. So now I have to maintain 2 damn sidewalks. It's just insane. It's to the point now, and I spent way too much on my lawnmower, or snowblower. I kind of regret it. I wish I would have just bought a rider with a snowblower attached to it. Because now I can't do that because I can't justify buying that when I own this really freaking expensive snowblower that doesn't work. Yeah, I have like a $900 snowblower, and I'm using an $80 electric snow shovel. Just drives me nuts. It is what it is. I should just throw a plow on the front of one of my Jeeps. That's so bad.
Don't push it across the road, though, because that's illegal.
Is it?
It's out here.
That's dumb. Why is it illegal?
Yeah, who the hell knows?
You guys have giant not cul-de-sac. You got giant ravines. It's just going to fall down in there.
No, not like, I mean, on like city streets.
Oh, city streets are probably... See, I'm technically... I'm in a village, but I mean, I guess technically it's still a city. If I pushed mine across the street, it would go into my neighbor's front yard. But if I did that, I would ask him first, and I would actually do their driveway and push theirs into my front yard. So I figure, fair play, I guess. But
that's a gentleman.
Yeah. I mean, we all do that. Problem is I have so many damn tools, so nobody always does my stuff. But once in a while I get lucky and someone does my stuff. But one of us always usually do like a neighbor's if we see they haven't done theirs or something like that. When my snowblower did work the first year I had it, I actually would do a bunch of the neighbors because it was self-propelled. It threw the crap 500 miles. I'm like, yeah, why not? And just go out there and do it. I just put my earbuds in and listen to music.
Yeah.
But then I hit some crap it wouldn't go through, which it should have went through, which pissed me off. I think the belt was getting worn off. I should have got a drive shaft model or chain model. But nope, I didn't. We're having all sorts of problems. A couple years ago, we bought a really nice refrigerator, French doors, 2-door freezer, really freaking nice model. Paid a little extra to get the model above the one we were actually originally looking at. And now I'm trying to get LG out to my house to fix it, and they don't have anyone who can come out and fix it. And I'm like, well, I paid for a warranty. You got to come fix it. So that's irritating. Yeah.
Life's good.
Yeah. Lucky gold me. I think those are their only 2 names. Yeah. All right, I got to write that note down. Refrigerator and snowblower. Yeah, we only got a dusting today, though. Yeah.
It seems like the opposite. You get slammed, we get nothing. We get slammed, you get nothing.
Well, I'm north of 29. So even though Green Bay is south of 29, if Green Bay gets a crap ton of snow or even Appleton, I generally don't get as much. I think it's because I'm by the bay. I think it's enough that changes the weather pattern. Kind of like even when I lived in Milwaukee, it's the snow I got in Milwaukee was not what you got in Waukesha. It was quite different.
We were only supposed to get 3, but they lied, of course.
Well, news always lies.
About everything now, even the weather.
I think that's where they started it. That's how they indoctrinate you, is with the weather.
The weather's never right.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, these are the people that 50% chance of rain. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, no kidding. My favorite.
I could say that, and I didn't go to school for it.
My favorite's when it says there's like a 20% chance of rain. And you're looking outside and it's pouring. I'm like, that's 100% right there. It's or they say 100%, and you look outside and it's beautifully sunny, and I'm like, okay, you're saying it's 100%. There should be at least a cloud.
Well, the partly cloudy, mostly sunny conundrum.
Yeah.
What the hell's the difference? It's just your outlook.
Well, it's like that text I sent you the other day where they said 1 out of 5 something, and then the person responds going, so you're telling me 80% of the people said it fucked?
Yeah, it's all about your outlook.
Yeah. Yeah, I always got a kick out of that. The half empty, half full thing. I guess it depends what it is. If it's good, it's half empty. If it's bad, it's half full. What did I eat the other day that was not good? I can't remember what it is, because Angie's normally a really, really good cook, and she cooks something I wasn't a big fan of. But I don't hide it from her anymore. I tell her, because otherwise she'll make it again.
You take the beating just so you don't have to go through something else in the future.
Exactly. Oh, if I cook, she'll tell me if she don't like it. That's why I stick to meats. It's hard to fuck up a meat.
Yeah, somebody like me that eats it medium rare, you can fuck that up.
No. I throw it in my sous vide, cook it in there, then I just throw it on the grill for a few seconds on both sides to sear it. That crap melts in your mouth. You don't need steak sauce or anything. But I put rubs on it and stuff.
I never use it anymore.
You don't what?
I don't ever use steak sauce.
Oh, I don't either. But I do put rubs on. I do like Caribbean jerk.
Yeah, those are fine, yeah.
Yeah, that's something newer in the last couple of years. That and getting my sous vide. I worked with a person who was talking about the sous vide. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, I cook all my meat in water. I'm like, what? So I bought one. I'm like, screw it. Sounds good. I mean, I was so hungry every time I talked to him. And so I bought a sous vide, and then I got a big 22-quart container, and you fill it with water, and I put the sous vide in there, and I got a cover on it to keep the stuff from evaporating out. And I food saver. Well, I put the rub on all the steaks and stuff, and you food saver it so that it's sealed. And you just throw it in there, and like we did a pork roast for like 3 hours the other day and just cooked it. You set the temperature, and then you just let it go for like 3 hours, and you're opening up the food saver bag to get it out of there, and it's like falling apart. It's fantastic. You're hungry now, aren't you?
I just throw it on the grill.
No, God, no. I gotta get you up to. When I get you up here, we're gonna have steaks. I'll go buy the steaks, and I'll cook them. They're fantastic.
You're not going to try and slip one on me like you did the one time with the turkey burgers, are you?
That wasn't me. That was Angie. I don't like turkey burgers. I went through a short phase when I was dieting where I'd put up with them. And then I don't know, I had a bad one. There was like one brand I must have liked. And then Angie switched it.
They're turkey, for God's sake. They're going to be dry as shit no matter what you do.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know. I'd eat any of those turkey burgers over that at Six Flags when we went into the Moose Lodge place and got those hamburgers.
Oh yes, those gray.
It just looked like stacked cardboard, soaked in crap. Yeah. Those literally were the worst. I've had some bad burgers. Those were the worst, absolute worst. And the funny thing is, if you get one from, well. And I remember eating there before, and they had decent meat there and stuff. The ones we got were the ones you got at the freaking concession stands. I'm like, why am I paying 3 times the price for this garbage? And it turns out Johnny Rockets, there was an $80 bill that I wish I could have back being there. Same burgers. I got it. I took a couple bites. I'm like, nope, this is garbage. I can't eat this.
Oh, we eat outside there now.
That's what we'll bring a cooler with food. I'll walk out to the car and eat out of the cooler. It's gross. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or there like there's a Burger King nearby. You just go over there.
Oh, that's right. There's a Burger King actually like right up the block, isn't
Right
there?
across the street. Yeah.
Actually, there's if you're leaving Six Flags out the main way, not the back way. If you're leaving out the main way and you take a left and you go up to the lights and I think take another left. There's like before you hit the exit, there's a bunch of like hotel and strip mall and everything on your right hand side. There's a burger place there and it's fantastic. Because Kendall had gymnastics there. I can't remember what it was. It was colder than piss too. I felt so bad for everyone performing. But that's where we ate and it was so good. It was kind of nice though. It was so cold because we had like winter hats and stuff. And there was no lines. It was cold as shit, but once when you're freaking out on a ride, you don't feel the cold. Except for the Condor. Fuck, I hate the Condor.
Why would you go on that?
Because everybody else wanted to go onto it, and I'm a glutton to torture myself. I'm so scared of heights, and here I am up there, perfectly still, looking down.
A bucket.
Yeah, and you can see the zip ties holding the container onto the arm. You're like, what?
Yeah, that ride is old.
Oh my God. Well, even Superman freaks the piss out of me, and I've done that with you a bunch of times. That slow climb up. Once you get going, then I'm fine because we're going so fast. But it's that slow climb up. I'm just like, oh my God, my harness is going to break.
Have you been on Goliath?
I couldn't do it. We went. I couldn't do it. Wait,
I was going to say,
Goliath's the one with the big drop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do that one. I felt bad because everybody else kind of wanted to. We did all the like. It was one of those days where we just got lucky. We hit all the rides. It was insane. But there was a couple we had to decide not to do, and I voted that was one of the ones we didn't do. It was all me. Everyone else wanted to do it.
Do that one in the front row, baby. That one is. Ooh.
Oh my God, I still have a tough time with Raging Bull.
Oh God, love that.
It's that and the big drop. I won't do the big drop anymore. I've done it.
Worthless.
Yeah, I've done it enough times where I'm just like, I know I look like an idiot coming down. I don't need to see that.
They drop you 3 feet. It's not that big a deal.
3 feet.
Yeah, they gotta slow you down. It's not even that. It's not that good.
Oh,
right?
it's not the drop. It's the sitting up there, looking around, going, "Oh, I'm sitting in a booster chair from McDonald's." God, I hope I don't fart and slide out of this thing.
Nah, it'll catch you on the way back down.
Yeah, I'm freaking petrified of heights. Like I'm up there and I'm just like stiff. I'm just like, this sucks. How did you talk me into this? It's like X. I'm good with X-Wing because it's so fast you don't even notice.
Oh, X like that.
That and Batman. Batman's probably my favorite ride.
Batman's awesome, but my fat ass can't fit on it anymore.
On the outside one?
Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the shoulder harness doesn't come down far enough.
Well, they gotta bring Iron Wolf back for you then.
I can fit, but the thing is, I fit on Demon. It's fine. It's just, I don't know. It's something with the Batman ones.
I like Demon actually. It's a small roller coaster, but it's got the loop-de-loops and stuff.
Demon's fun, especially because it's so old. It sounds like it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, Viper I like too, because Viper gets that up and down going. Like I like hovering out. It's just the height I don't like.
Yeah, those don't go very high, tall.
Like I like
Goliath and Raging Bull go really tall.
Yeah, and I like Raging Bull. I'll go in the front seat of Raging Bull every time. If I can. It's in fact the last time we went, we did Raging Bull and we're like, why the hell did we not do the front? And we did it 3 more times at the front. We were just walking up. It was one of those days.
Those are great days.
Yeah, it's in fact that day, was it cold or really hot? Because we went twice. One time it was just freezing freaking cold, like gloves and mittens and everything on. And then another time it was just roasting ridiculously hot out. I think that was the second time. It was one of those days where they weren't technically open yet. Like it was a soft opening. So none of the restaurants were open. So we're like going to the little concession stands and buying like Three Musketeers bars and shit for food. And the workers were just overworked because they weren't all there yet.
Yeah.
It was, you could just see right there in their eyes. They're just like, oh my God, I want to quit. And I think that's why the rides were so short, because everyone was in these concession stand lines just trying to get food. It was
Screw
just,
that, I'll go on the rides.
well, a lot of us got there early. It was a gymnastics thing. We got
Yeah.
some preferential treatment or some crap like that. I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't a bad time though. We had to pay. I mean, we paid full price for the tickets, but that's kind of a scam, making you pay full price for the tickets to go take your kid to a gymnastics competition.
To an event, yeah.
Yeah, or a cheer competition. Yeah, good marketing plan they have there. I don't know how those places last. I mean, they don't make money. I mean, I think Warner Brothers sold and sold that place a couple times, and then it was privately owned for a while, and then kicked off. And the only reason why they probably don't ever change the name on anything is because by the time they buy it and they realize the money they're going to lose, they can't afford paint. I don't know. Almost said his last name. Chris, actually, I guess I kind of knew it, but he has a big heart on for those places.
He goes on there all the time.
Yeah, well, that and they'll wake up, like him and some of his friends, they'll wake up at like really early in the morning. They'll drive to one in another state, and then they'll ride all day, go to another place, get a hotel room, wake up the next day, ride all day, and then drive back.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Hey, I like them too, but I haven't done that ever.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I guess there's some like big ones in Ohio or something, or Indianapolis or something.
I'm good with Great America.
I am too. I'm good with Bay Beach. Actually, Bay Beach isn't too bad. Great America's better. Much, much better. Bay Beach just kills me because you can go on a ride for $0.25. I'm like, how safe is your crap that it only cost me $0.25 to get on here?
Hey, we only had 6 extra bolts when we put the thing together.
Yeah, we saved the money by not recycling the pieces and just letting them fall off.
Oh, on that third turn, lean to the left as hard as you can.
Yeah. Grab the pole as you go around. It's actually, well, like they got, I think they call it the Zip and Pippin. It's their roller coaster. It's actually a nice little roller coaster, and that one's like 4 tickets, so it's $1 to get on. But I mean, you could go there. I mean, if I was young and dating still, it'd be a good place to go. I mean, $10 you could ride all day. You pay more for a hamburger than you do riding on all the rides all day. The one cool thing they had there, though, they had a Lego thing there one day, and we went and checked it out, and they were like, some of them were motorized and stuff, and like it was awesome. I could not believe some of the crap people build out of Legos. Crap was fantastic. Oh my God, so's water. So dehydrated. Too much soda. Too much Coke.
Yeah, I try and give up soda, but I just can't.
I do too. I've gained so much weight in the last couple months, and I'm just like, I gotta stop drinking soda. I can't do it. Water sucks.
Yeah, water is just so boring.
It is. I've done the lemon. I have a soda stream where I can carbonate it, and that actually helps. But I'm just like, no, this sucks. Yeah, soda rocks. I do try to take a couple bottles though, just like, the store-bought bottles, and I'll slam them. I'll drink them real quick. Because sometimes I do get so dehydrated, I'm just like, oh my God, I need some water. And I try to take advantage of that, because if I take 3 drinks, then I'm like, yep, that's enough. Get me a soda. So when I do get to that point, I'm like, I'll drink the whole bottle. I just slam the whole bottle. I'm like, I need to get this water in me. I know I do. I even cleared off
I do that if I shovel snow or cut grass. I slug down a bottle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially then. I actually cleared my treadmill off. I didn't walk on it, but I did clear it off.
And that's half the battle.
It is. It's ready to go. Has been for a couple days.
Should you ever need it?
It's funny though. I've been trying not to buy. I spent so much money lately. I got the Xbox Series X, and then I got, did I show you the picture? I got the joysticks, the at games. It looks like an arcade joystick console.
Yeah, you showed me that.
So I bought that, and that wasn't too bad. That was $150 at Sam's. It's like $250 everywhere else, and it's normally $200 at Sam's, but they had a sale on it. I bought some other stuff too, like, I bought a couple Sega Master System games that were kind of rare, so they cost a little bit. So I'm like, I gotta slow down. Angie's gonna kill me. I mean, she don't buy that many shoes, so I better slow down. And so I've been trying to be better about it, but wow, my medicine has worn off. I completely forgot where I was going. But Yeah, where the hell was I going? Money.
You're spending too much money.
Yeah, I had a point. Wow, I literally just lost it right there. That's how I know I'm getting tired. Um, yeah, money, spend, bad. I'm trying not to. Oh, I stopped buying Amazon, but I already said that.
Yep.
Maybe in the last episode I did. Wow, I literally lost everything I was just
Well,
saying right
if you
there.
stop buying from Amazon, you're going to notice a lot of money laying around.
I think that's why I spent it all. I don't even know why I was talking about it. I had a point to why I was saying it. Oh, working out. Medicine didn't fully it's wearing out, but it's still connecting. It's for anyone who doesn't know, I have severe ADD, so I drug myself, but legally. But the Flex Fit Band, I'm gonna get it. Angie even gave me permission. She's like, "Why don't
Oh,
you
for
get
the
that?"
Switch?
Yep, I'm gonna get it. Cause you know what? I actually like the Wii games, and I like the Kinect games. Kinect games are actually quite a bit of fun. It got ripped on a lot more than it should have. It was dumb of
Oh,
them
and then
to
they
force it upon you at first.
abandoned it like in 3 months too.
Yeah, that really sucked. Luckily, I did get some good. The Star Wars game is really fun. Oh my god, it'll kill your legs riding the speeder bike because you're actually crouching and leaning and stuff to make it go.
Hmm.
That's a freaking killer, but it's fun. But like the ball games where you're like smacking the ball around and stuff, not to be confused with other ball games. This is actually like a soccer game type thing, but
I hope.
it those are pretty fun. But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get the Switch game. Why not? If it sucks, I'll probably never touch it again, just like the Wii balance board. But yeah,
Yeah, that thing was going to be great, and then they had them stacked like cordwood at Best Buy for $25.
yep. Damn it. And I searched for a month to get that damn thing. Got it by the skin of my teeth to just never use it. I shouldn't say never use it. We used it for a
It's
while.
it's all these peripherals, the PlayStation Play, the all that crap.
Well, I'm actually glad for the PSVR to come out. I finally got to use my PlayStation Move stuff. That's what I
Oh yeah,
used
the
for the
Move.
VR goggles. Other than that, it just sat and collected dust.
Yeah, that's what mine did. Still doing it too.
I'll admit though, if you put the Move stuff in the gun and you play Killzone, which I should get that fired up, that's kind of fun actually, because you're actually shooting. I like games where you shoot at the screen and you do that. In fact, I don't know why they don't make some. Dude, if the Switch remade House of the Dead 2, because the Switch has that thing on there where you can actually put it into a gun and use it like a gun, just like you could with the Wii's and stuff. I would buy that game in a heartbeat. I love shooting games. Put Duck Hunt back out there.
That would be cool.
Do all of them. Shit, license Sega. Get all the Sega had a ton of Zapper games.
I told Nintendo they should buy Sega.
They should have. That would have been awesome. Well, they could still license the games. I mean, Sega doesn't do hardware anymore. They're all about the licensing. I mean, they
Well,
might.
just buy 'em anyway. Whatever. So you got them.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the Zapper games for Sega on in actual cartridge, and I do have a tube TV down here to play
You
on.
got Slaughterhouse?
That wasn't a gun game though, was it?
I don't know. I just thought of it.
Oh no, I have Slaughterhouse for the Genesis. I don't know if they made a Sega Master System version. Actually now I
didn't
think
know
about it.
it was an arcade first, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if I have it for the Sega Genesis either. I had it, but I don't know if I have it anymore.
I think that one might be one of the harder ones to find.
Yeah, there's a repro out there of Slaughterhouse or Splatterhouse. The one where it looks like Jason
Splatterhouse.
Voorhees.
Splatterhouse.
It's a side scroller, yeah.
Splatterhouse. I'm a Nintendo fan. I would never had Sega, so I don't know what's going on.
I'll probably end up getting the repro of that. Someone made a repro of it where both games are on one cartridge, and they made a case and everything for it. But they took the graphic sprites from the second game and they made them in the first game too, so both games look like the second game because there was a jump in graphics qualities between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably end up getting that. I mean, if I can find the other two at a decent price, but that was Genesis, and so I don't worry too much about that. Like with the Master System, those I want all in the box. I don't want a single Master System game that's not in the box. But I have a lot to go yet. I mean,
You could never get all the Genesis ones.
no, the library was too large.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just they really hit it out of the park with the Genesis. It really helped that the Super Nintendo didn't come out right away though either. That helped a lot. And then from there it was just downhill. Well, U.S. and Japan dicking each other over. I mean, talk about a company that just, they could have been so much better. They really screwed themselves.
Sega?
Yeah. I mean, they were innovative. They made good stuff. People wanted their stuff, and they just screwed over the customer. I mean, coming out with the 32X in America to then just turn around and come out with the Saturn, or no, the 32X, then the CD, I don't know which order it was, and then to turn around and come out with the Saturn.
I think the CD came out right after, like what, 2 years before the Saturn?
They were real close because then Japan came out with the Saturn and said, screw your American parts. And that pissed a lot of clientele off. And then the people who got the Saturn, they're like, oh, yeah, here's a Dreamcast. Well, what the hell? And then they didn't do any reverse playability, at least from the Master System to the Genesis. If you had the Master, even though Master System, not a lot of people had it. If you had it, though, going to the Genesis was huge because they had a deal where if you traded in your Master System, they'd send you the converter piece that snapped in and let you play the games. And that was awesome. Which actually, that thing's not cheap either. I have one. In fact, Game Trade, it might be a different one, but I'm pretty sure the one Game Trade called me about is still the one they have in their store. Because they're so expensive, nobody wants to buy them. I just got lucky and got it on eBay before they ever got one in and called me.
Yeah.
Then I got the 3D glasses. I still got to play that. I've never some of the games are Zapper and 3D glasses, and I have never played it. And mine are full. The 3D glasses on the Sega were known to snap the sides off. Mm-hmm. And mine's in the box and everything still. I mean, it's not sealed, but I got the box for it and stuff.
Hey, sometimes just having the box with it.
Yeah, I never was a big box guy. And then some things, well, it's so much easier with Sega games, though, because of that plastic.
See, that's what I really wish Nintendo had done that.
That's what I loved about the PSP, the Vita, the Switch. I mean, all those portables, I'm looking at them as I'm saying it up on my wall. I mean, that was awesome. But I'm weird that way. Like the steel books for like PS3 and stuff like that, I don't like those because they don't fit on my shelf right.
I've never liked the steel books for the Blu-rays.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
You can't see they don't have a label on the side a lot of times on the spine.
Oh yeah, I confuse my
What
Call of
the hell
Duty
are you
one.
looking
Yeah, it's which one is this? It's like Call of Duty or something. I can't tell if now I have my games organized better, but the Call of Duty one for it must be the 360 looks identical to the PlayStation 3 one. And I'm like, what the hell? For the longest time it was in the PlayStation 3 area and I'd keep pulling it out. I'm like, god damn it, and I finally put it in the I'm a creature of habit, so I don't always put things where they should go once I've already put them where they don't belong. And that screws with me. And here's where you made it to the end. Thanks for listening. Really glad you made it this far. Feel free, like I mentioned in the beginning, to drop over at talktroopers.com and leave us some messages. Other than that, I hope you have a great one. Thanks.